Hi, this is Mark from Altcoin Buzz, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin today on the charts. A couple key targets for you to be looking for. Some new entry points that might be attractive coming up, so let's get to the charts. Okay, let's get started on the USD one-day chart. This may look familiar to you because I put it out about, 2 or 3 weeks ago. This was a fractional that I was looking at from 2017 when we started the bull run. This was the first parabolic move in 2017, right before that whole bull run started. And I said, hey, if this rhymes, right, we'd be looking to come to this kind of box in this area. That also made sense because that was a high volume node trading area for us on the VPVR. If this was to rhyme, that we'd go up and test that area somewhere in there and then drop back down before consolidating and making our second move. Less parabolic, but more of a gradual move to start that bull run. Now, the markets have no obligation to repeat themselves, right? Or trade the way that we want them to trade. But this was something that I thought was interesting and I was watching, and now it's starting to look like this could form or rhyme much in the way that 2017 happened. So I'm still going to continue to watch this and see how things continue to develop over the next couple of weeks. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. There's a couple things going on here. I know there's a lot of lines. Let me just get through them for you. So let me zoom in. So what we have going on right now is, it's funny because last night I was texting with our co-founder and talking about how I was seeing this descending triangle starting to form on the 4-hour chart, because there were some people talking about, we're just not going to go down. We're going to shoot all the way up to $10,000. I'm saying, how do you see that? I'm not saying that I called this deep dip down, this $6,000 low at all. What I'm saying is I was seeing that this was starting to develop. I would have expected another touch with a lower high against this upper resistance line before potentially breaking down from here, because the theory is, much like what we had long-term over 2018, this kind of a pattern, the theory is that it has the higher probability of breaking to the downside than it does the upside, and typically it comes more into this kind of range or area, 65-75% of that triangle before you see that move happen. So from what I'm hearing, this was a glitch in the order book on Bitstamp. Whatever the case, we've dropped back down. We're seeing declining volume, and we are getting a reaction bounce, which is nice. But if we look at the momentum indicators, we don't have the momentum that we'd like to see right now, and we're coming into an overbought area here on Bitcoin. So as I look at this, I go, this is not great momentum to rebound from. It looks like the bears could have an area here where they could take back control. I also mentioned in a tweet, if you haven't been following me on Twitter, please do it, crypto_old. I did tweet out that I was very concerned this was a critical area for us because we've got a horizontal resistance line right here. It was hopefully to be support for us, a horizontal support line for us. We were in a high supply area already for Bitcoin based upon previous history. That's not a good sign for us unless we can break through, right? That's not necessarily resistance. That was a previous area where there was a lot of selling action happening. Yes, call it resistance, call it a supply zone. That was a critical area for us, and this was also a critical area for us in my mind, because this long-term red line, this long-term trend line is from about 2015. We wanted to maintain support on the horizontal. Hopefully we make that support. We wanted to make this support as well, this horizontal trend line, and we did not do that. We broke back through. So long term, what could happen is we end up trading against that horizontal resistance line now for a little bit. It's now resistance. It was potentially going to be support for us. It's now resistance. It has been resistance before. And long term, we could end up back into that bearish momentum that we had seen before if we end up staying in this channel. This is a long-term channel here. This range, this red box, this is a long-term channel that Bitcoin is traded over. So this was the start of that bull run, right? So this is the fractal that we're looking at right now. We traded in this channel, still bullish channel all the way up. We had that parabolic move up to the top side, came back down, and then started trading potentially in this channel again. We hit the bottom of it here, and now we've hit the top of it. And if we come back into this channel, we could still have bullish movement, right? Just like we had back in here, just not parabolic bullish movement like we had back here at the beginning of 2018. Does this mean we're going to drop back down and go into the $2,000 range? No, I don't think so. What does it mean? That we could get another great buying opportunity somewhere down at the bottom end of this horizontal trend line, maybe in the $4,000, $5,000 range? That's a high probability at this point in time, unless we can get a very nice reaction bounce off of this and come back out, break out of this upward resistance that we have going on in this area. Let's continue to look at this. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, we've got a potential head and shoulders that's forming in here, and we're looking to see if we'll form a right shoulder. If we do, and that's completed, the measure move, and I'm not going to show it because I don't have time, but the measured move would take us back down into this $5,000-$6,000 area. Right now, we could end up forming a triangle pattern here, and then you've got a 50-50 chance of breaking to the upside or downside of this triangle, because this triangle would essentially start to look like lower highs and higher lows, meaning that you don't really have a breaking point that goes one way or the other, right? There's kind of an equilibrium there starting to form. But if we do end up getting kind of this head and shoulders, which would be the kind of fulfilled if we only hit the top of this line that I've drawn that was from the 4-hour chart, that descending triangle. If we only hit the top of that, we start breaking back down from there, then I'm going to be calling that a head and shoulders pattern, and I'm going to be looking for a higher probability for this to drop to break to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for at this point in time, trying to keep a watch on it. Unfortunately, the momentum right now is not that strong, so we need to get some more volume back into the market for us to even test this upwards resistance area. If 72 can't hold here as support, then we're going to be starting to look at this other target zone, this other magnet down here at about $5,800. I hope that helps you. Sorry this was so quick. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter on crypto_old for those tweets that I put out throughout the week when I can't get to the videos. Also follow us on Altcoin.io, and until next time, may all your trades be good ones.